It's time.
It's time for the Jocelyn Knits All the Things and Diana Spins a Few of Them show.
Shut up. You're healing. So, welcome to the Northern Knits Podcast. We are two friends in fiber coming to you from Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada, and central Canada. As everyone keeps reminding me, I am aware I am in the middle of the country. Thank you. We are still hanging out at my house, but that's because Diana has a car, so she's been freed from the tyranny of transit, and driving to pick me up to drive me home again does not make any sense. It is so illogical that Jocelyn says no. We're not doing that.
Fair. Also, you don't have to rearrange your entire living space to have a good recording space.
I really don't. It's
I rearrange all of the chairs and my coffee table to get a good angle.
Yeah, whereas
and it's still questionable with the lighting.
Yep. And mine's 20 seconds and we're good. We might spend an extra 5 seconds pitching the cat off the couch. That's it. So it works out well. And I've got all the really fun seasonal decorations up right now. If you guys could see my fireplace right now.
It's nice. You should Instagram that. It looks fun.
I'm going to do it because why not? I love Halloween and I feel the need to make everybody else enjoy my holiday too. That's how that works, right? Dude, did you see I got hanging dudes from my overpass?
I noticed
some skeletons and I hung them up there.
They look very
dead.
I was gonna say festive, but I wasn't sure that was quite appropriate.
Well, I mean, it is for Halloween. So they're little miniature plastic skeleton dudes, and I've got one, and he looks like he's passed out on top of my video game stack. So he gave up halfway across the countertop, and he's done. He's having a nap.
Don't mind me, I'm just drop spinning.
Yeah, but the other three I have hanging up because I've got a bar overpass between my kitchen and my dining room sort of office space. So I noosed some little plastic skeleton dudes and I stuck them up there. So that's where they exist now. They're like the little mini pygmy things. They're tiny dudes. The 4 totes of full-grown skeleton body parts went with my mother to Saskatoon this year, finally. 4 totes. They took 16. They have enough for 5 yards. My mother's yard is really small. So they're decorating their front yard, one of my dad's closest friends' front yard, one of our cousins' front yards. And there's still spares. Okay.
It's a lot of skeletons.
You guys, it's not just skeletons, it's blow-ups, it's skeletons, it's bone fencing, it's a lot. We're huge. We've been featured in 2 different newspapers over the years.
Whoa.
Yeah, it's big for us.
So I saw the most amazing Halloween decorations that I just want, not even for Halloween.
Yeah.
They were dinosaurs.
Of course they were.
Dinosaur skeletons. Oh, I don't even want them for Halloween. I know, right?
I feel like you do. I feel like I need to go to Dollarama and get some more Halloween stuff. I don't know how I'm going to do that. I don't need more Halloween stuff. I just want more Halloween stuff.
I mean, I guess. Do what you feel. You're an adult.
They've got a shiny silver spider bowl. It's not black. I'd actually be able to see it.
Oh.
Believe it or not, it's a knitting podcast, you guys. I know it does not take me long to get us off on a tangent. Never has, it never will. If it's your first time tuning in, we are this rambly all the time. It is what it is. If you're a returning viewer, thanks for coming back. You guys are a delight in the comments. Everybody would like to know when you're going to see your doctor about your wrist. They're all excited for your new keyboard.
She's very busy, so it's a couple more weeks yet. But I did get my new keyboard this week, and it's been fantastic.
The internet's been yelling at me, Diana. Go see about your rest.
I am. Oh.
So it's good. No, it's good.
It is good. I'm trying to reattach.
She's drop spindling.
I am drop spindling, and I'm not good at it.
We're gonna see how she can do this and talk at the same time.
Oh, I can't, you guys. I'm drop spindling.
It's the Jocelyn Show. Okay. Okay, that's fair.
It's fair. Okay. What are we drinking today?
You made us some fancy lattes in my seasonal tea. Okay. Super large tangent. This is really, really, really necessary. There are some things that you can do before the seasonal period, and I will not jump on my soapbox and go, it's too early. Among these things that it is not okay is Christmas music before Remembrance Day, which is the 11th of November.
Yes.
I'm not okay with Christmas music before then, and I've worked in retail for years, so I'm used to being assaulted with Christmas in September. I'm also not okay with Christmas decorations before Veterans Day. I really feel like it should be fall Halloween. The veterans have beyond earned their right to have a day for them.
Yes.
Just like, without even question. Then you want to go crazy with Christmas? Go crazy with Christmas. So, as far as the 12th of November rolls around, I put my Christmas stuff up. It's fine. But I am super okay with the earlier and earlier release date of the seasonal beverages. I don't seem to be getting angry about it. So I believe I texted Diana in pure joy when I discovered the Stash seasonal holiday tea display at my local Safeway.
There was much joy. There was joy.
It was in September. Doesn't matter. I'm still excited. So we're having some decaf pumpkin spice tea.
Made into lattes.
Yeah, because you brought your milk frother.
Yeah.
I don't have a milk frother. I got 2 mugs though. Because I'm a classy woman. Because I've got ginger ale in my Cozy Up. They had more mugs. We're not at Knit City to buy the mugs.
Oh.
You have no idea how badly I want to message Jamie and go, just put 2 mugs aside. I'd like to buy them for me and Diana. And in my J mug, which is backwards because I'm left-handed, not right-handed. And it's designed to have it for okay, listen, long story short. I have a complicated mug problem.
Don't we all, as left-handed people?
Oh, it's so hard. But this one, because I hold my mug in my left hand, so my J mug, which was my grandmother's mug that I got when she passed away in May. So when you hold the J mug in your left hand, the display is actually facing forward instead of facing the person, which is normally the case with most mugs because they're designed for a right hand hold. So, whatever. Diana made me fancy tea.
Didn't froth quite as well as I'd hoped.
Not real milk.
Yeah, I know. It froths okay. I think I also used the wrong little frother thingy. I think I used the
There's more than one frother thingy.
Yeah, you can get the smoother milk and the frothier milk, and I think I accidentally put in the smoother milk one.
Oh well, I don't know. It's your frother. It was a whole fancy contraption that came out of your bag when you got here.
Yeah.
Whatever, I bought pumpkin pie.
Oh, I dropped my drop spindle.
Well, that's kind of the point of the drop spindle, isn't it?
It's not supposed to go boom.
No? Diana, do you want to let everybody know what you were wearing this week for our cool threads before you get back into trying to focus too hard?
I'm wearing right now my Not a Lot of Rain in April, knit out of some Cloud9 Fiberworks cedar and spruce. It's still my favorite thing, and I have been wearing it every time I need to even venture near a door.
Oh, go near the door. Put on my shawl.
Yeah. It's important.
Oh, your husband doesn't think you're crazy.
Well, like outer doors, not.
Okay.
Oh no, I'm doing it worse. I'm doing it bad.
You're doing it worse?
I'm doing it bad.
You're doing it bad?
Doing it bad.
Are you, Englishing good, are you?
Uh-huh.
Oh, I'm glad to see that.
It's great.
Uh-huh.
I know what I'm doing.
Sure you do.
I absolutely know what I'm doing.
Did you join the Drop Spinners of Winnipeg Facebook group?
You know, I'm not sure. I definitely had it on my mind to do that, and I'm not sure if I actually got around to it.
I think you should, because we're trying to make arrangements for our first get-together.
I highly suspect that I had this good thought and then utterly forgot to do anything with it.
Duly noted. Do you want me to double-check to see if you're there and if you're not, invite you?
Yes, please.
Can do.
I don't have Facebook on my phone anymore, so I forget to check these things.
Oh, that's fine. If it's something super direly important, I text you, because I know you don't have Facebook on your phone. It's what you do so that you're not on social media a ton. Super cool. That's fine.
I also get annoyed with all the notifications that Facebook sends, even when I'm absolutely certain I told it not to send me any more notifications.
I turned my notifications off, so I get nothing.
I thought I had, and it was still sending me notifications.
No, it sends me nothing. The only thing I don't have turned off is Messenger, so when Messenger goes off,
I have Messenger,
I get that.
because that's a separate app.
Yeah, but no, my Facebook, no. I don't even get the little red, there's something to look at thingy. It's entirely turned off. Same with my emails. I check Facebook like I check my emails twice a day. That's it. It's done. I do not look at it any more than that. You want to talk to me faster than that, you either have to know my phone number to text me. Though if we're honest and I'm walking, you gotta call me. Because if you text me, I won't reply. Because I'm walking. And I can't text and walk. Sometimes I can't use my phone outside, period. Or you talk to me on Twitter. Or Instagram.
This is just going poorly.
Or Messenger. You're just struggling, are you?
I am.
It's a very different fiber from what you were spinning before.
It really is. I'll talk about this later.
Yeah, that's totally fair. For me, I've just been wearing my Tracy shawl, which I did out of 2 ancient art yarns. One called Hearthstone and the other one called Get Off My Lawn. I like it. Looks really good with my cobalt blue raincoat. And boy, has it been raining. So I've needed that raincoat, you guys. It has been, as they say, damp. We're channeling BC really well right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love it. My knees, not so much. I'm fine with it. Otherwise, it's that and my exploration station. Though as of 2 days from now, when it's washed and blocked, a new shawl will be entering into rotation.
Ooh.
So pumped. That's it. I suppose if we talk about what we're working on, we have officially reached the Jocelyn show.
Yep. Yeah. So,
can you hurry up and heal?
I'm
feeling such an attention hog when we get here. This is actually change what I do.
This is the I will be the spinning portion of the show, but this is the knitting portion of the show,
which is me.
Yeah.
And crochet. Some crochet stuff, guys. I did not grab and bring out the candy corner to corner blanket to show you guys that I had seamed off that one edge for Phaedra. I literally had super messed it up, so I turned it into a cat rectangle. So I seamed it up, threw it on the bed. She hasn't even let me take it to wash and block it yet. Every time it's laundry day, she lays on it all day and gives me the death glare. I have to fight to get my sheets off the bed to wash them once a week. It's just not worth it to fight for the other one when it's for her. So, I did, however, finish late, which is okay because we didn't close the threads till just now. So, by the time you guys will see this, I'll have responded to every single FO object. Probably to ooh and ah and drool over all of your amazing colorways. Because you guys pick some really pretty colors. I'm talking about your patterns because some of you picked patterns that I wasn't super sure I liked now that I've seen it in other colors. I finished my doodler shawl, as you can tell from these not insignificantly small nubs holding up in my hand. I stopped at wedge 3. I had intended to do wedge 4, and I had enough between my Hack-O-Lantern and my Witchy Business from Undercutter Otter that Diana got me from Amsterdam to do another wedge. I didn't hate myself enough to do that many stitches as an I-cord bind-off. I didn't. Just didn't. I could have done the fancy garter border with embellished scalloped edge detailing too for an edging. That was a thought. There was some discussion on that on the Facebook chat. You probably missed it. Or saw it after the fact. That's fine. And when I got to it, Terry was like, when you get to it, you're going to be like, no, I'm done. Terry knows me so well. Mm-hmm. She was right. I was like, nope, I'm done. I want to bind off. I want to wear this shawl. I need to wash and block this because I got points. But I have a doodler.
Wow.
I have a Halloween doodler. This is not blocked, and this is already quite big.
That looks so good.
So once I block this bad boy, like I'm going to weave in the ends and then block it, this is going to be huge. And I didn't do the final wedge. So I got my nice roughly edge that I need to block and pin out.
It's so pretty.
Yeah, and you can't even tell that I alternated skeins and have the Hack-O-Lantern in with the Witchy Business. It just looks like it's all Witchy Business in here. That's a strange. It's all Witchy Business.
It's all Witchy Business up in here.
All Witchy Business up in here. So I got that all done. So that needs to be blocked out and pinned up properly, which I will do tonight. And it'll take the next couple of days to dry, then it'll be done. But it is done. You guys, I have a Halloween shawl. I'm so happy. Like, look at the drape on this, and it's not blocked.
Looks so good.
I know. The gray balances the orange out really well.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm super stoked. Blocking this cabled top end edge is going to be interesting.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah, but that's okay. Totally worth it in the end. So super stoked, and 50 million ends to weave in because, you know, why not? Are you dropping your drop spindle again?
I am. I caught it that time.
Oh, God. That was my big finish. That was the Across the Prairie Cal finish. Sit up straight.
What? Oh.
And now it has existed on Diana's head. Finished object. It has to go in your head.
Absolutely.
There's a rule. Guys, there's a photo of her when she's like 3, wearing something on her head. It is a thing.
I don't even know what the thing on my head is in that picture. I've always put things on my head.
Sure. So I did that. In an effort to avoid the 580 stitch I-cord bind off I did. Not the largest size. I had to abandon what I was working on and do something in a bulky yarn because I was going crazy. So I grabbed some old bulky from my stash and literally just knit up a quick, what did I call it? A cozy ribbed cowl?
Cozy rib scarf?
Yeah, from Lady by the Bay.
Yeah.
So she did one in baby alpaca. I didn't have any baby alpaca, but what I did have was this really nice thick from, not Thick and Quick, Charisma, no something. It's by Loops and Threads. It's a nice acrylic yarn. Anyway, it's really pretty green colorway, and the rose worked out really well. It's literally 2x2 ribbing, so you're like, Jocelyn, really? You don't like ribbing? You're right, I don't. I'm not a huge fan of ribbing. But I wanted to see how big it was on its own, and then decide whether or not, if I did it again, if I would make it deeper. Like knit it longer, essentially what it is, because you cast on one edge and you knit to the other. And I definitely would increase it. So I would probably buy 3 skeins of bulky, because this is 2 skeins of bulky. And I like my accessories to be in acrylic because I like to be able to wash them and dry them fairly frequently during the winter season. But this is a little narrow for me. So that's fine. It works great on my niece. She'll just get it as a present because I put it on her head and I said, quick, give me your head. And she's like, oh, I love it. Can I have it? I said, yeah, later, act surprised when it shows up in a present. She said, sure, no problem. She's easy to knit for, guys.
That works.
Yeah. And it's got a dark green stripe, and then it's technically got a light green stripe and a gray stripe, and the light green and the gray, it's like electric green, sort of melded together really nicely between the dark green stripes. So, I mean, it turned out beautiful color-wise. And if I ever find the ball bands again, my cat found them. They scoot along the floor really well. So they make great toys, which is where most of my ball bands end up. Chewed to snot. Left somewhere for me to step on while they're a wet, gooey mess. It's great. Whatever. She still doesn't eat my yarn. That's the important part, guys. So I'm going to weave in the 2 ends I have on this. Which is so nice. Well, technically 4 ends because I Russian joined. So I got 2 little nibblies in the middle to weave in, but nothing big. And I'll give this a wash when I wash all my winter stuff here in the next little bit. But I'm definitely going to make one for myself. But you can tell, like, it's nice in the length. So, like, the cast on stitch count was great for a drapey cowl, but this isn't the right depth. Like, I need more rows to balance me. Or more length, or less length and more rows. So it's nice, it's just not quite right for my body frame, so that's fine. I already have a gift recipient for it. She tried to walk away with it earlier today. It's not happening. Her birthday's the 3rd of November. She can wait less than a month. She can wait. We're gonna keep going, because
it's the Jocelyn Show.
I'm not used to not stopping in between. It feels really weird. Really weird, you guys.
Hey, well, I'll take over for the next section, so.
Good. I am going to make, a girlfriend of mine, Miss D, loves nautical prints. Loves them. And when I ran across a crocheted pattern for a little girl sailor dress. And the little girl sailor dress is crocheted at 3T, and it's only available in the 1 size. So I'm going to have to math it down to fit the wee one. To fit Peanut.
She's very wee.
Peanut's very, listen, our mom's like, what? Tiny. Dad's shorter than Jocelyn. She wasn't going to come out Douglas sized, okay? But I don't crochet baby stuff. I don't make baby stuff, if we're honest. It's not really something I do. So I am learning the size ratios needed for baby things by making something in Peanut size so that I know how to do the math to get the sailor dress down to Peanut's size and be comfortable with it, so that I don't have to like do this whole thing and then like tink it 50 times because I've gotten the numbers or the math wrong. It's the same with anything else. It's a bit of a guesswork till you've done it, But once you've done it 2 or 3, the door's 2/3 closed and she stares at it before she goes through. My cat, you guys. So I started this morning. It's literally just a video tutorial from Bag O' Day Crochet. It is a little summer dress that she's got going on. I've got the body done. The sleeves are finished. Like this sleeve, I've split for the sleeves and I've joined underneath. And now we're working on the little ruffly dress part for the underneath. For tiny baby size. Not newborn, but young. I'm doing it on some loops and threads sugar. I bought the other color up because I wrapped, this ball has had the worst yarn barf I have ever run across. It's been ridiculous. Sugar Spun by Loops and Threads. So I don't know what color this is because this huge pile of yarn barf had to be wrapped around the ball, which the ball band is in underneath. But that's got a nice little light variegated, it's a very springy color, like it's muted greens and browns and white creams. And I got a nice green, which will make really cute cuff detailings and collar edgings and stuff. So,
oh yeah.
So it's just a quick, I needed to do the math because I'd like to start that project soon, but I don't want to do it wrong, if that makes sense. So I'm going to do it. Don't be surprised if over the next couple of weeks you see more baby things. I don't have babies really to knit for anymore.
Just the one?
Just the one. Most of my friends have already had all their children. So like, I go to school plays for preteens a lot.
Okay.
And kids in late middle years, early middle years, and late elementary school. So like most of my friends from like high school or when I was younger have like teenagers or preteens, like my niece's age. So I don't know what's going to happen with this dress. It'll probably live in a basket till like more of the knit group decide to have babies. Or I run across a donation or a charity and I've got a fair number of them and I'm like, you know what, you guys can have these. Because it makes no sense for me to. So it's really cute. Bag O' Day Crochet does a lot of tutorials. If you guys want to learn crochet, I would suggest her and Yarn Utopia. They both do a lot of crochet tutorials and I quite like them. Alright. I'm not done. But we're going to have that dramatic moment of silence because I need to have some tea.
Sure, everybody's enjoying seeing my hand in front of my face today while I drop spin.
Okay, so on Sundays, the Chelsea Pearls are doing the Blanket Sunday knit along. It's sort of just a fun, relaxing way to, like, say today, like when you're watching football, like my brother-in-law is doing upstairs right now, you can work on a blanket. This makes sense to me. And I love arbitrary goals and setting of standards for no particular reason. And it sounded delightful, so why not? So that's how I finished my corner to corner, my candy blanket. I discovered I made that huge mistake and modified it, made it work. I am nothing if not resourceful. And I was like, okay, I need a new blanket. I had thought initially to start one of the Crochet Crowd texture studies in texture, because he's got 2 out and they are stunning and they're so pretty. But I ran across Fiber Spider. And I love Fiber Spider. He's so adorable. He's such a good, he's another crocheter, though he does do some knit tutorials and stuff. He is so cute. He's so, Diana, he even does storytelling time. So like he tells you myths and legends and stuff.
Aw.
He's so cute. Oh, I love his stuff and I love what he does. And one of the things that he had literally just put out was a spider web blanket. Well, I am not, if not anything, a sucker for a good Halloween pattern. So we started one. Because, you know, instead of finishing stuff, let's start things.
Absolutely.
Sure. I have 2 finished objects this week. What are you people talking about? Technically 3, because I actually wasn't done the blanket last week. So I have got several rounds in. I've done a couple of the web rows where you make the interlaces between the webs. And we're going roundy, 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 roundy now for whatever feels like an eternity or till I run out of this gray yarn. I probably will not do both skeins of this gray yarn because they are the hulking huge 1,000+ yard skeins at a worsted weight. I don't think I need a 2,000 yard worsted weight crochet blanket.
You never know.
I mean, I might. We'll see how that goes. But I am making this one out of the Pound of Love in a gray color. And I think it's just gray. Does that say gray?
Oxford gray.
Cheapers. It's fancy gray.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Whatever. I have a long way to go before it's in any sort of realm where I might want to look at binding it off, since it literally right now doesn't even cover both girls. It only covers one boob, not both. So that's no good for a blanket. So gotta keep going. So it's super delightful, and I've got it's a 4-row repeat. It's not hard. It's a 4-row repeat. You just use double crochets and your front post and back post crochet, double crochets.
Sounds very relaxing.
Oh, I do this Sunday morning. I wake up, I get a cup of coffee, I listen to the Sunday morning radio program on CBC because I'm 70, and
you listen to the radio with your coffee and you crochet a blanket.
I am secretly a centenarian. Because it's usually decaf coffee first thing in the morning.
Yeah, you're old.
I'm old. So I am super excited about this. I like a lot of the acrylic yarns once you've washed them a couple of times with some woolies and stuff in it.
Oh,
and
yeah.
they just soften up like crazy. So
Can't reach that.
super arbitrary goal is to have it done by the end of October, which is a crazy goal, but I'm crocheting on it for like 2 or 3 hours on Sundays, which is like the amount of crafting time I do on a Sunday. So, I mean, it might get done.
It might.
Since I started it Sunday, which is today.
That's only today?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Yeah. You may well have a blanket by the end of the month.
I may well have a blanket by the end of the month if it's just that's what I'm working on Sunday. So I'm working on a 6.5mm hook for that bad boy because that's what it called for, and I got a nice fabric with it. So, and Fiber Spider is so cute.
You done yet?
Well, Diana's on break. So I'm going to keep working. If you notice, I keep looking off screen. I've got a bunch of projects I want to finish up just tossed over on my couch with my cloak.
With a cloak? Oh, yeah, there's a cloak there,
yeah,
too.
it's the cloak. It's my full-length wool cloak.
Huh. What's it doing there?
I pulled it out of the tickle trunk, which is over there, shoved full of fake weapons right now that I don't know what to do with. Words that come out of my mouth to make sense if you know me. I have one of those big Tupperware totes full of toys, or full of costume clothing pieces. So it's a tickle trunk. I grew up with Mr. Rogers. What do you want?
Mr. Dress Up.
Sorry, Mr. Dress Up for Mr. Yeah, you're right, for the tickle trunk. And I have a whole bunch of fake swords and sabers and pistols, and I don't know what to do with them, and axes. So I'm trying to sort of pack things better. Rather than having it all over the place, because I mean, it's one thing to pull out your decorations for your fireplace and discover you've got 2 throwing axes in the bottom of your tub, where if you go looking for it between the Halloween season for like a costume piece, for a cosplay piece, I wouldn't have found it. I would have been lost in all of my Halloween stuff. So, as I mentioned before, my niece turns 13 next month. Like the 3rd of November. It's also my parents' 40th wedding anniversary. So, I have to quickly finish a hat for Daddy, because he doesn't wear mitts, he doesn't wear socks. Well, no, he wears socks, but I refuse to knit for a size 13 man's foot. Not married to him, I'm not knitting him socks. He doesn't do house, he's like me, he comes home and he takes his socks off. He's not a cold person. He runs quite warm. But what he does do is he wears hats. So you're gonna see some hats crop up here real quick, because I'm gonna quickly knit him up or crochet up him some hats that he can take on and off the job site. So in acrylics, because that's what he likes, and that's what Mom likes, because he's hard on his stuff. But I have 2 of these super insanely colored Bernat Pop yarn balls. Like, guys,
It's very bright.
looks like the My Little Ponies exploded all over my cake. So cheerful. It's a 4 worsted yarn, and it is 8 ounces, so it's like 150 grams, so it's like 280 yards of worsted per ball. So I'm going to try to make some fingerless mittens and a hat for the niece out of the 1 ball.
Okay.
And if I can, out of the 2nd ball, I will crochet her a nice little scarf or a bandana or something she can tuck up into. Her computer is in front of a window, and it gets quite cold, so I don't want her wrists to ache while she's gaming, and she's a pretty hardcore D&D gamer, so. And they're in her colors, which is electric yellows and oranges, and that super cheerful blue and purple you see in baby clothes, and that pink you see in baby clothes. This is not baby clothes pink?
It is.
Yeah.
Very much.
They're all that super cheerful young person coloring, which makes sense because that's really her personality. Wait till I show Spider Progress. It's Ice Searing Pink. We're all gonna go blind for the next 2 months, just so you're aware. All joining me in my world, and everything's gonna be really blown out on the camera. I don't know what to tell you guys. It's gonna be fun. We'll go with fun.
Yes,
yeah.
Fun.
Yeah, that's good words. All right, I'm done talking. I'm gonna go back to knitting now.
That's all your projects?
That's it. I'm done talking.
Okay. Well, I can talk about what I am working on right now then. It's time for spinning yarns. I am spinning a yarn. Let me just wind this up a little bit here so I can actually fit all of my hand in the frame. Hey, look at that. So on my Scottish drop spindle called a Jelligan, I am spinning some pulled sari silk that I got from Sarah Elizabeth Fiberworks at the Fiber Festival. I have 15 grams of this, and it cost me a grand total of $5. And it seems like the perfect thing to spin on a drop spindle, because I didn't really want to do an entire 100 grams on a drop spindle, but 15 grams seems great. So it came in 3 main colors. So right now I'm doing up the red, which was right next to some yellowy gold, so that's kind of mixed in, and it's making fiery colors, which I'm really happy about.
Oh, those are really pretty colors. And it's your first time spinning silk, yes?
It is. It's fascinatingly different from merino.
Yes, it's almost like it's from a completely different animal.
You know what? It's my first time spinning a different fiber.
That's fair.
This was supposed to be the orangey yellow color, but a lot of a white and a purple got in here too, so it's a bit mishmashy, but it's generally yellow. Mostly yellow? It's kind of mostly yellow.
Mostly yellow.
And then this is... Wow, I've got a big stripe of yellow in there. Okay,
yes,
well this is supposed to be purple, but there's a stripe of white and a stripe of yellow that I'm probably going to try and split out of there. So I did not do an impressively great job of splitting the colors out of there, I'm realizing.
That's alright. Weird transition sections.
Yeah. So I just gotta wind this off of my fingers, and then I didn't plan this very well. I have to wind this off of my fingers so that I have 2 free hands to show the other spinning that I've been doing. Just bear with me for 2 seconds.
Hey, I talked about my knitting and crocheting a lot.
Oh no, I broke it.
A lot. The real question is, how many FOs will I have next week?
3.
Well, I can't show any of the stuff I'm doing for Knit Club Christmas presents because you're in Knit Club.
I can pretend to be surprised.
And also, I know the other Knit Club people. They watch us. There will be no spoiling of... I mean, everybody tells me pretty much what they're making for everybody else anyway. It's the worst kept secret in our group is what we're doing for Knit Club presents for each other.
Okay. So my other spinning project is this merino top roving from Hillary's Magical Yarnorium 2 years ago. It says 2017 on the ball band, so 2 years ago. This is Storm in the Castle, which is cloud white, a little bit of light gray, and some licheny green and yellow speckles. And it is spinning up beautifully. I'm not working on that right now because my spinning wheel is just a little bit noisy, and I figured it would make for a very annoying sound on the camera.
It's because you have an electric spinning wheel.
Yeah, which I have brought with me to show off my cute little tiny spinning wheel. Look at this thing. This is my electric eel wheel
I was
spinning on.
I was wondering if you had got it and kickstarted their Nano.
I thought really hard about it, but I decided I didn't need to.
Okay.
It's even smaller. It's so cute, and it was purple.
I know.
I thought
that's
really
why I was
hard.
Comes in a purple. Diana might have to.
Really hard. Anyway, so that's my second bobbin. I have my half of it on one bobbin already, and this is my second bobbin. So I'm coming up on... I've got that much left to spin. That's a terrible angle on it. I've got that much left to spin.
It's they're not going to be able to see anything, but okay.
They're in roughly 5 gram poofs, so I'm thinking, I don't know, 20 or 30 grams left to spin.
That's not too bad. Then you're doing very well. Quite well. Oh, English, no problem.
So I'm really excited how that's turning out, and I guess I'll just standard 2-ply it together and get a generally all over sort of light gray, white, speckly kind of a yarn.
I think it'll be really pretty.
I'm really excited. I'm already thinking about what to make with it.
Excellent.
Because I'm actually going to knit with this one. I'm really afraid to knit with the very first yarn that I made because I'm really afraid it'll just fall apart. But this, I have great confidence that it will be structurally sound and that I can actually knit something with it.
Which is good.
I'm so excited.
I have a crochet hook hanging out on the coffee table. I don't know what project it came from. I'll figure
like
it out.
Either a hat or a lacy shawl.
Ooh.
Maybe one of the curls.
I think it would be great for a curl.
A lacy curl? I think that'd be great. Because it feels nice too. It's all like super tight right now.
I was like, how about I wait till you're done and wound it off and it's relaxed a little. To be yarn.
Anyway, I'm super excited. That's all the spinning I'm doing.
Yeah, that's fine. It works.
I have no idea how I'm going to apply the silk together with 3 different colors. I may just kind of do like a gradient deal with it.
Is it chain or is it chain construction where you don't have to have a secondary fiber? I know nothing of spinning.
Yes, chain plying is where you take 1 ply and you make it into a 3 ply by sort of doing a crochet deal with your hands.
Yeah, it looks fascinating. I'd try it. You could also take like a lace weight yarn and ply it with a lace weight yarn.
That's a thought. I have many ideas. Anyway, I figure I'll spin the 3 different colored plies and then figure out what I'm going to do with it after.
You get cobweb. That's what cobweb yarn is for.
Yeah, there's a thought.
It's definitely not for me to knit with.
Like, I'm kind of... Disregard the white that's in there. That was my leader yarn, but it's like yellows and oranges and it looks fiery and it's so thin. Like
You're doing a really good job.
It's easier. I don't know if it's...
A longer staple fiber.
I guess so. The silk is a lot easier to spin super duper thin. Like look at that on the spindle there. You can barely see it. It's so thin. I'm really delighted with how this is coming out. And it's still really soft. It's a little more nubbly. I don't know if you can see this.
No.
Okay.
Thank you for thinking that I might though.
Anyway, it's a little more nubbly than I might like, and I don't know if that's a property of silk or a property of I'm not very good at spinning silk.
No idea. I don't know enough about silk fibers.
So, I don't know. I'm learning, and I'm having fun, and I'm making pretty yarn.
That's pretty much all it needs to be, isn't it?
Yeah. Okay, this shawl is too warm now. This has gotta... Whoa! That's gotta go.
Welcome to how I feel most of the summer.
Wow.
Yeah. Now you know why I love me my cold spaces.
Whew. Okay, I'm good.
Or you're having a hot flash. You're a little young for premenopause.
I'm drinking tea and I'm like lifting my arms all over the place. So I'm like working a little bit harder than I normally am. And I've got the giant wool shawl on and I've got a big wool sweater on. And there's just a lot of layers and a bit more activity than I'm used to. And there's tea. And...
Are you done now?
Yeah.
Okay.
I have much heat.
Got it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
What's next?
Yarn on the go. I went to place yesterday. I went to visit my parents yesterday and I brought out my eel wheel and my spinning and my parents sat and watched me for like a good 10 minutes, just silent and enthralled watching me spin.
It's always kind of weird. I mean, you understand it, but still when people are staring at you, you're like, stop staring. And then all I can think of is that anime. I don't remember the name of it, but it was stare.
I was talking about that with Chris the other day.
What's the name of the anime?
I don't remember. I didn't remember what they were staring at.
I don't remember either. And I've watched way more than you have. There's no hope. But it's just, I can't get over it. Oh. That's what I hear in my head, guys. That's what I hear in my head. Oh, jeebers.
I need to remember what that anime was and watch it again.
There's been quite a few delightful ones we've watched, or at least I've got you started watching.
Still haven't finished Fairy Tale.
There are still a lot of episodes. At least they've released the final one.
So the final?
Yeah.
Ooh.
The series is done.
For now.
Well, the next series adaptation reboot is already happening, but...
So it's not done. It's never done.
You never have to get into that one if you don't want to.
Okay, I really need to watch some YouTube videos about how you're supposed to join fiber while you're drop spinning. I can do it with the spinning wheel, but I just can't seem to...
I'm struggling with the spinning wheel part of that.
Can't seem to get this.
I'll get it. It just takes practice. I didn't really end up going anywhere this week. I ended up staying home and working all week. It happens.
Oh, I think I figured it out. Ah, and then broke it!
Nope. Spoke too soon.
Okay.
Jumped the gun on that one, babe.
I did. I was doing so well.
You were.
Don't overspin really thin yarn. It breaks. This is what I'm learning today.
Go figure.
Tutorials? Who needs a tutorial? I'll figure it out myself.
Crazy lady.
Massively insane. Okay, let's try this again. Yeah, that's all my yarn on the go.
I didn't have any yarn on the go this week.
I believe that brings us to wool gathering then.
Yeah, I don't know, man. You keep track of these things. Don't forget, second last Saturday of the month is the Patreon Live Knit-In. We Google chat hangout for a couple of hours. It's Saturday noon our time, which is CDT, which is varying times everywhere else.
Because time zones.
Because time zones. We try to be on time, but at least one of the two of us is always late to the show by a couple minutes. It's just how it works.
It's also not sending the link out earlier,
which is good. I mean, it's also not a hard cutoff, so it's like if we're still chatting at 2 o'clock rolls by, we stay on. It's fine. It's not the end of this. Oh no, we have to sit and visit and knit more. Whatever will we do?
It's such a tragedy.
It is something that we offer to our Patreon viewers who support us, because we super appreciate that. Beyond any amount of words or swearing that Diana can throw into this.
So
I'm trying to be heartfelt and sincere, darn it.
I'm sorry, I've broken the same section of yarn like 3 times now.
Yuck. Okay.
Okay, let's just break that section off and try this again.
Try it again.
Once more with feeling. I'm just going to put this down right now because we're about to do prize stuff. And I probably have to hold stuff up. Stuff.
Which is the other thing that we need to do, is we wrapped up the Across the Prairies Cal. We're actually early compared to everybody else.
Oh, really?
Well, Feathered Stitches and Cozy Up Knits is in Knit City right now. And then Tale of Two Knitters have an intermittent recording schedule because Jenny's up in Gimli. So it's dependent on when they can get together to record. So, I mean, there's a travel time distance thing for them there. So
it's totally fair.
Which is fine. We left ours open a week longer than we were supposed to anyway.
Cool.
Because that's what we do. You can tell we're super hardcore about deadlines.
Yeah. Deadlines.
Yeah. It's fine. Nobody. We all know Diana.
They fly by.
Diana at least cast it on this year, guys. And
I did.
Up till like a few weeks before we closed officially, I was wondering if that was even going to happen.
I started.
That's fair, you did. All right, but we do have 2 prizes. We did draw some random prize draw winners. Diana's got the prizes hanging out over there, but she put it out of reach.
Just by like a millimeter, too.
I shoved everything in there.
Okay.
So it's all in one location.
That one was separate from the ones that
matched.
Okay, cool. All right, so as a reminder for the prizes, we have this lovely skein of Prairie Crocus from Mammoth Yarn Studio, who is Deanna from A Tale of Two Knitters. It's this lovely variegated purple color. So nice, and it's squishy. So that and your...
A copy of the Endless Summer's Adventure Shawl.
I was trying to say like exploration, something like, no. I got the E part right.
You did!
So this and a copy of Jocelyn's Endless Summer Adventures.
Yeah.
Is one of the prizes.
Yep.
And the other prize is this skein from So Into Knitting that does not have a colorway name, but it's like teals and greens and browns and creams.
It's pretty.
Which matches very nicely with this bag from Sunflowers and Storm Clouds, which is all adorable sea creatures. And it's now covered in my fluff from my spinning. Wow. Bonus fluff!
you get spinning fluff and cat hair. We're a full service podcast. I found her laying on it when I came back downstairs yesterday. Last time I recorded,
we'll clean all the fluff off, don't worry.
Off the back. She just looked at me and went, meow.
We'll clean off the fluff. Clean off all the fluff.
I didn't want to bother to clean it till I was putting it in a bag because it's just counterproductive.
Anyway, so this is the other prize, a skein of yarn and a matching project bag.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. I'm going to put these back in the bag so I don't get more of my spinning fluff on them.
That's fine. The first prize, the one with the project bag, goes to number 7.
Okay.
Which was the first person we drew for.
Oh, is this the one with the
Yeah.
H that I don't know how to pronounce?
Yep.
Oh. All right, I'm gonna butcher your screen name, and I'm so sorry.
Yeah. I would too, so...
I'm guessing
I'm just
that
saying
it's pronounced.
Boss is laughing at us right now.
Oh, I know. I'm guessing it's pronounced Organium? There's an NJM at the end, and I'm guessing the J is more of a Y sound. Horganjm. I don't know how to pronounce that, but congratulations, you're Estienne. I also don't know how to pronounce that shawl name. Congratulations!
Pretty.
On all the things I can't pronounce.
Want it.
Looking beautiful.
Oh, looks so both me and Dad were like, hello. So I think that shawl got added to both of our lists to make it some point.
Pretty sure, yeah. I wasn't sure, because I'd seen that shawl before and it had the giant holes, and I was really not sure about it, but...
I love it in that color with like the neutral on the top with the color contrasting color bands at the bottom. I'm like,
sort of corally.
That's the way to go.
Like tropical coral, bright colors. I love it.
I think that's
so
the way
great.
to go with that one. It looks so good.
All right. And then prize of the second,
which is the skein from Dina, and Woolly Mammoth Yarns, and my pattern.
Oh, did I say her name wrong before? I think I said Deanna. Did I say it wrong? It's Dina?
Yeah.
I'm
People
so
do
sorry.
it to you all the time too. They call you Dana instead of Diana.
I know, but I try not to do it to other people. So I'm so sorry, Dina. I will get this right going forward.
That's okay. I know people that have spellings like Dina's. They pronounce it Deanna's. So sometimes you're just hooped no matter what you do.
So prize number the second is going to Crafty Patty 2 with her Boneyard shawl, which was also gorgeous.
Oh, so pretty.
I mean,
made a
everybody's
boneyard.
Gorgeous.
Oh, yeah. Huh, I'm not done commenting yet. There'll be many comments going on that. I made a boneyard. It's sitting over there on the couch.
Oh, yes, that one.
Yeah. I was like, you did a boneyard? Oh, yeah.
I vaguely remember that. I remember the blue one you started, and then...
I didn't like it.
Yeah.
Not in that color, but I like it a lot better in that stripe, which Patty did. She had it striped.
Yeah.
With a single with a bunch of minis striped in it. It looks so good that way.
Really great.
A good way to use a single and like a 100-gram screen and a bunch of minis. Such a good way.
Yep.
Yeah.
Agreed. So... our prizes will be...
I'll message you. Diana's gonna send out the...
Yes, they will get...
send out the prizes probably early next week, because this week we'll be getting a hold of you, congratulating you, getting your email information.
Yes, as soon as they have been defluffed and they have addresses to which to wing off to.
Yep, I'll go pick up the packaging to package them up here.
They will be on their ways. On their ways. Yes. Yep. I can English really well.
English?
Yeah,
Great.
I can.
The saga of the sock from January prizing continues.
And that it has disappeared off the face of the earth now?
It's disappeared. Nobody's received any of their packages, and I can't track it anymore. So
wow, so
they're all gone. So I have repurchased all of the yarn, and repurchased everything else that needs to be repurchased. I can't afford to drop $200 on shipping in 1 week. My budgets don't allow for it this late in the year. So I'm going to have to stagger those out to you guys. So at some point, if you won prizes in January, you might get a second prize. I had a package show up that had gone missing for 2 years.
Really?
Yeah, I'd received a refund for it and everything.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, because it was just like, it was stuff I paid for. So it was like, I didn't even start worrying till like the end of 3 months, and it still hadn't showed up because it was coming from the States, and I know how long that can take.
Wow.
Yeah, so I don't know, but they're gone, so it's been lost, so I have to do it all over again. You have the worst
luck with yarn and borders.
I really do.
Wow.
I really do. So I don't know.
Okay.
It's all been bought again. It's fine. We're good to go. I just literally need to stagger the releasing of dropping those into the mail, because each package alone, just to get to another province, is $15.
Gross.
And that's the next province over.
Gross.
If it's American, you start at about $20 and go up easily. Like, shipping's quite expensive, so it's to ship out 5 prizes, because we had the mini skeins plus the grand prize, is not inexpensive for me, on top of having just repurchased the yarn, because I definitely didn't pull that from the Patreon funds. Yeah, I did that myself, so yay.
Well, hey, lots of prizes are going out.
Sure. There'll be a prize central in here for the next week or two.
Welcome to the Northern Knits Shipping Company.
This year's been particularly bad. Other years haven't been quite so bad, but a lot of people have been like, this year it's been weird. Like Amazon's either 2 days early or like 6 days late.
Oh, that's weird.
Like it's just been weird this year for a lot of people for shipping and receiving packages. So I'm not sure what's going on, but I mean, it is what it is.
Do what you can.
Do what you can, and then just let the rest of it go. I can't stress about things I have no control over. So
yeah.
By the time this podcast goes live, everybody who have done that in January will have received the email from me. So you guys will already be in the loop, as the case may be.
All right.
Yeah, I think that's it for Wool Gathering. I don't think we have anything really else to throw in on there.
Then we are on to literature.
I'm still listening to romance novels.
That's the dragon one?
Yeah, it's the Dragon series from G.A. Aikens. I don't really enjoy. And I did a quick listen to the October Amazon Audible Originals. I think we were sponsored by Amazon. We are not. I did the Carnival Row one because I'd watched the TV show on Amazon Prime. It had a lot of dark scenes, which was fine because there were a lot of the fight scenes and a lot of the night scenes were quite dark. But they balanced it, like the daytime scenes were well lit. So I could watch at least half of the show, which is usually about my general marker. If I can't see 50% of the show, I'm not watching. I haven't been able to see a fight scene in a very long time. It's fine.
Fight scenes always happen at night, don't you know?
Don't I know it. And you always end up chasing bad guys through sewers. So it's like, yeah, there's some things I expect not to be able to see. But if I can't see the interior where there's deep character plot development going on, well, go away. I have no interest in watching you. You have now bored me. I've missed the action stuff, whatever. I'm bigger into character plot development anyway.
Fair enough.
So that was a little prequel novel thing that they came out with that I definitely got and listened to.
I should perhaps see about doing that as well, because I quite enjoyed Carnival Row.
Yeah, it was really good. I'm looking forward to watching season 2. I hope they have a season 2.
I think they got renewed. I heard that.
So it was really, really good.
Yeah,
I think the characters are quite fascinating, and the implications of the culture are quite fascinating. So yeah, I'm all about that. Oh no, I don't get to see the fight scenes. Whatever.
Cool.
It's fine.
I thought I was halfway through Crown Duel.
Then she looked.
Turns out I'm only a third of the way through. But hey, that means I have 11 more hours of this book, which
good.
So this is the one that was my favorite book when I was like 17. And then I started listening to it and I was just like, oh, why did I like this? But I persevered for the first couple of chapters, and then the exposition very stopped. I like this book.
See, you've got to give it a good third of the book before you can say it's a lemon.
I took till a chapter like 5-8 when
that's fine.
When the action starts happening. Like, so it's your typical like teenage like. Older teenager heroine save the day, except she ends up like not saving a lot of things. She has great intentions, but she's very stubborn and flawed in certain aspects, like being stubborn. This is a poorly thought out sentence.
She's Anita Blake only as a teenager?
I haven't read Anita Blake, but sure.
Man. We gotta make you read. I was listening to some depressing stats from Book Riot. And I mean, they only have stats for America. They're an American podcast. Makes sense. However, I know wherever America's going, Canada is generally not too far behind. Whether we'll admit it or not. It is true.
Stat? Yep.
Stat.
Okay.
True stat.
Okay.
A heavy or robust reader in America reads something like 6 to 8 books a year.
What?
Like, excuse me? That's not even a book a month. I'm over 100, and I'm legally blind. What are you people doing with your lives? Read more.
Wow, I'm like...
Yeah.
I'm like...
What?
Low end of moderate at best, and I'm still at like...
Yeah.
15 for the year so far?
Yeah. Ooh. Yeah.
Oh, America. My
Never
heart
mind
hurts.
that. But if you think about it, think about the friends and the people we spend time with. You would be considered a voracious reader to a lot of them. She's like, yep, depressing silence happening right over here as she realizes those stats. And that's just within like the circle of people we hang out with and spend time with.
I actually have no idea how much people read. given how I never discuss books with any of them, probably not much.
Yeah.
Or at least we're not reading the same stuff.
Oh, I discuss books with everybody. Now, I've got a few more, but that's because I'm apparently an obscene, voracious reader.
Yes.
So sure, what do I know? But I mean, I'm also really notorious for, like, watching 1 or 2 episodes of a television series and going, yeah, I'm done. I'm never going back.
That's fine.
Hey, I'm making it to the end of Good Omens. And that's only because I really like the intro, and I like David Tennant's character.
I want to watch that again. Honestly, that was a really great show.
And I needed something to watch while I was doing the bind off from Forever. And I made it all the way through a rewatch of the BBC Pride and Prejudice Selling Colin Firth from 1995. I knew it was a serious bind off, so I started with a serious rewatch.
Ooh.
I know. Colin Firth couldn't even get me to the end of the bind off, guys. It was a big I-cord bind off. I pulled out the big guns.
Oh.
Yeah, that's the thing. But yeah, no, it's just, scary fact. He's like, what? No, more people than that have to be reading. Please tell me you guys are reading. I don't care what it is. Just read more.
It doesn't even have to be long stuff either. It doesn't have to be like your crazy oath,
Listen,
whatever it was, 50-something hours.
Not everybody is into coffee table weighted books, okay? I am aware that
you can read a 6-hour book. That's still a book.
All cap lock epic fantasy novels are not everyone's jam. That's super okay. I also like mangas. They take me 15 minutes. And I'm done. And they're great. And I want the next one.
That's fair.
Yeah.
I'm finding I have a lot of, like, psychology, I guess, type books. I want
to read The Soul of an Octopus.
Sorry, what?
Soul of an Octopus.
Okay, I'm writing that down. What is the soul of an octopus?
I don't know, but I remember buying it for Ben a couple of years ago as a sort of super weird random Valentine's Day present.
Huh.
Because it was a philosophical questioning of the universe.
Okay.
And he has a philosophy degree.
Yes, he is rather philosophical, that one.
He... rather philosophical. It's like somebody dunked him in the deep end of the philosophical swimming pool and he never got out. Is what
Oh no, he's living there quite happily.
He is so content. He's good. Leave him there. It's fine. He doesn't need to come out. Feed him every once in a while. He's good to go.
Yeah.
I wouldn't change him for the world. He's just, you have to understand when you get into a conversation with him, it could take you 16 days to get to the end of the thought. Keep track of where you are. Because he's been contemplating it on the bus between conversations when you have not been doing that. You've been happily moving on with the next issue on your plate.
I love when you can have conversations with somebody and then they're like, this thought that I can't quite complete. And then like 4 hours later, they'll see you and they'll just like shout a word at you.
And you're like, oh yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing.
That's the thing.
That happened at work the other day. We're talking about, I don't even remember.
You never remember later.
But like 4 hours later, he saw me and he's like, kettlebells! And I'm like, yeah! Yep. And everybody around us was like, what?
In the world are you two smoking? And why are you not sharing? Have you ever heard the two of us talk when we're out with the brothers? If we get off to the deep end into the knitting, there's 2 separate languages going on between the 4 of us.
That's true, yeah.
And technically they're on a date and we're on a date, though she's married one, I'm friends with the other because I can't walk fast enough to keep pace with them. So
they're over there.
They're over there. They're doing their thing, and we're doing our thing. But people have to be terribly confused when they see us, because we're just close enough as a set of 4 to be a group, air quotes intended. But we're not so close to really be a group. We're sort of like that meandering drunk party, going from bar to bar, and there's like the stragglers in the back. That's me and Diana. Mm-hmm. But the conversations are insanely different. And then one will look back or the other will look back and they'll say something and we'll just switch and we'll jump conversations and then we flip back to our own weird language. And knitting is its own language. Yeah. Crafting is its own language. It does not make sense if you do not do it. I know because I will occasionally not explain terms to my mother. She'll ask me what I'm doing. And I'll be like, it's 580 stitches I-cord. And Mom's like, I don't know what that means because it's not English. Sorry.
It's totally English. What are you talking about?
It's a really long bind off. And it's long because I have to do it this way. And this is what this means. And then my mom goes, you're crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I don't have to do with you. I can just exclaim, 580 stitches acorn! Ah!
And I feel your pain.
And you get it.
I understand.
So it's fine. Anyway, I tangented as usual. Do we have anything left?
Just events.
Cool. Well, that's easy because it's the end of the year.
Cross the Prairies Cal is done now.
It is.
Do we have any ongoing things still?
There's that Mokum Cowl that we were going to do that wraps up on the 11th of October that neither one of us have cast it on for.
I will make it one day, but it won't be this day.
Yeah.
I really like it, but I gotta be able to knit first.
You have to be able to knit first. I need to sit down and see where I'm sitting with the last of the Christmas gift knitting, and I need to make it took me longer to do the doodler than I wanted it to, and I sort of dilly-dallied with that one, so I need to sit down and do an honest estimation of how much time I've got left. Having said that, I own the pattern, so I mean, it's being made. I just might not have it made by the 11th of October, that's all. I might end up making it in December when it's the Grinchmas, and I'm just knitting for myself at that point again.
That does sound like a really good idea.
Doesn't it, though?
Yeah, December 1st cast on, we'll do our own mini cow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Why not? I think that's a great idea.
Our own mini Mokum cow.
Our own mini Mokum cow.
Okay, join us December 1st for our unofficial mini Mokum cow.
Watch Jessica go, you guys already made one! Make another! Oh, man. So, yeah, I think that's it for us for the year until January rolls around.
I'm absolutely certain I had more stuff in the events section for show notes last week.
You did. But there's some stuff that's going on.
Freaking remember what any of it was.
Well, we're not participating as, we're not hosting. We're loaning some Ravelry space to Sasquatch Stole Your Toque.
Yes, that was it.
And that's an along that's going on till the end of December. Which is, oh man, I can't remember the designer's name, and she does such nice work.
And Angela Rengel.
Terry's gonna kick my butt. You know what?
It's in the show notes. It's definitely in the show notes.
I want to make her Descent sweater. So just look up Descent. Dissent. It is this gorgeous fitted cardigan. So pretty. I really want to make it. So that may or may not happen by the end of December because I don't actually take that long to do a worsted weight cardigan or a worsted weight sweater. When I buckle down, I can do one in less than a month. So I'm not super worried about it yet. I'll probably cast in mid-November-ish when I'm wrapping up other things. But it had always been my plan for that one. And we're not hosting, so I asked, and yes, we're allowed to enter for prizes. Because we're just loaning space. Which is perfect. I'm currently doing the Halloween Craft All the Things with the Knit Girls. I'm just participating for fun. The Knit Girls host it because massive Halloween fan. And they count baking Halloween cookies as crafting all the things. It's super generous. It's just for fun. It's just to get into the spirit of Halloween. That's why I'm going to take a picture of my mantle because decorating counts. And I'm going to send those photos in.
If I solder together my eyeball mask, is that crafting all the things?
For Halloween, yes.
Heck yeah. Okay. I'm going to do that tonight. I finally got my soldering iron on Friday.
Oh, good. How's the programming going for the eyeballs?
Oh, I haven't started yet. I haven't had a chance.
Okay. I don't know.
I was going to get into it tonight. Well, I only just got the soldering. I have to solder it together before I can program it.
Oh, okay.
So I had to wait for my soldering iron to come in,
yeah,
and then yesterday I was out visiting my parents all day, and then today I've been cleaning, and then I've been here. So tonight I'm going to get into it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to work on my spider blanket tonight.
I like it.
Arbitrary goals. I have to decide if I want to participate in the Festive Sockawong, which is Amy from Stranded Dye Works. She does a podcast in the south of UK, southwest coast of UK, so somewhere in southern UK. She says it at the start of every freaking episode, and I watch faithfully, and I can't remember because she does the weather. She tells you the weather. She's delightful. I really, really like her. And she's got some beautiful yard. I want to own pigeon fancier like nobody's business. I want a sweater worsted weight quantity of pigeon fancier.
I'm guessing that's like grays and whites?
No, it's blues.
Ooh.
I know.
Ooh.
I
that
know.
Sounds lovely.
It's so pretty. So, I want to do that. Or maybe I'll get a fingering weight version and make that Is Cold sweater. Anyway, she does a holiday sockawong.
Ah.
So, winter themed, Christmas themed, Hanukkah themed. Just pretty open in that realm of deep winter holidayness. And the goal is to just make yourself holiday socks. And I like that because I want to get to the point where for Halloween and for Christmas, I have 31 Halloween socks and 25 Christmas socks. So that way I can wear a different pair of handmade themed socks for the whole month of October in through Halloween, and do the same thing for Christmas and through Christmas Day.
That's a lot of socks.
It's a crap ton. It's an obscene goal. Doesn't matter. It's still my goal. That might be my next year's crazy. It might just be my next year's crazy.
Okay.
And you know what? Since we're probably going to do the knitting bingo challenge cards again, I can make that my next year crazy.
This is true.
And nobody can stop me. So other than that, it's just the rest of the year stuff we do for fun for ourselves. I participate in the Grinch Along every year, which is via the Knit More Girls, where I don't knit on anything for Christmas for 2019 as of the 1st of December. So the whole month of December is just me knitting. For me.
I guess I should get on doing whatever I'm doing for Knit Club.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm about halfway done, so I'm making good progress.
Gotta figure some stuff out.
Well, yeah, because by about, the end of this month, if I'm lucky, Terry will be begging me to settle on for sure what we're doing for next year's crazy. Crafting crazy. Which is fair.
Yep.
So, I like the Knitting Bingo Challenge cards, so I think maybe I'll do that again next year. Yeah. So.
I'm probably just going to continue on my card from this year, because I didn't do a good job.
Make a new card.
That's also true. Could
make a new card. New year, new card.
New year, new card. Okay.
New year, new card.
All right.
I like that. All right, I think that's it.
That is it.
Sweet. In which case, I'll say until next week, I'm Jocelyn.
And I'm Diana.
No matter where your week takes you, don't forget to knit. Now we need to go buy emergency cat litter.
Yes.
My poor cat. I didn't realize she was so low.